Today, I review my dream lightsaber.
The Annie 3 is a high-end premium collectible lightsaber from Theory Sabers. If you're going to add one Anakin Skywalker lightsaber to your collection, it should be this. With outstanding vibrant colors, a unique sound font package that is second to none, and a team behind it who truly cares about customer service and the authenticity of Star Wars, this is one you're not going to want to miss. Oh, hey. Didn't know we started recording yet. Folks, this is uncharacteristic, but I need to take an extra minute here to talk about my background with Star Wars Theory. I started following Star Wars Theory just about when he started his YouTube channel about 9 or 10 years ago. The fever pitch around Force Awakens was off the charts, and a channel named Star Wars Theory, run by a guy named Nia, came along and started producing these incredible predictions videos and lore videos surrounding all of the questions we had around Force Awakens. And it was clear that Nia knew his stuff. He grew up in a similar time as me, similar situation where his parents introduced him to Star Wars, just like mine did. We got to witness and grow up with the prequels, and at least to a degree appreciate the sequel trilogy early on. Star Wars Theory is the largest Star Wars YouTube channel on the planet, and with good reason. So a few years ago, Theory launched Theory Sabers, his own line of premium, authentic, screen accurate, and detailed lightsabers. I was just starting to get into collecting lightsabers. I knew it was time, being a lifelong Star Wars fan. I've got some lightsabers from Hasbro's The Black Series. I've got a handful of Legacy lightsabers. I've got some incredible lightsabers from other high-end companies. This is the pinnacle to me. Now, I should preface this by saying, at the end of the day, these are essentially just really expensive toys. There are bigger things than this. I acknowledge that, but at the end of the day, it is also meaningful. I always think of the movie Fanboys, like it matters. Star Wars is so important to me, and Star Wars Theory being my favorite YouTube channel, I made it a goal that I was going to save up for what would be my dream lightsaber, which would be an Anakin Skywalker Episode 3 replica, a Proffie lightsaber. So it had all the bells and whistles. If I was gonna save up money for something so expensive, it was gonna be the premier one in my collection. Now, you can get lightsabers more expensive than this, but I think you'd be hard pressed to find one that does what this does for the value and ranks among those high collectibles. So I started Lightsaber Life about 6 months ago in May, right on Star Wars Day, May the 4th. It was a goal of mine. A lot of friends and family who have supported this channel knew it was a goal of mine to eventually get an Anakin Skywalker lightsaber from Theory Sabers. Not only did that happen, but the dream went a step further. Just a few months back, there was a PSA for affiliates for Theory Sabers, and I had reached out and talked to Nick and the crew there just a little bit. They were gracious enough to review Lightsaber Life thanks to your support and you helping me grow this channel, and they said that they would love to send me a lightsaber. I am incredibly humbled that they even wanted to send me anything at all. They asked which one would be my preference. I shot for the moon. That's no moon. I asked for the dream lightsaber, and a few weeks later, I got it in the mail. I just want to say how much this means to me. To Star Wars Theory himself, Nia, if you see this, I want to say thank you, man. Thank you for all you have done for the Star Wars community. Nick from Theory Sabers, thank you so much for taking a chance on me with this. And by the way, folks, Nick was kind enough to provide me with my own custom code. So if you like what you see here today, and I know that you will, head on over to TheorySabers.com, TheorySabers.com. Click on the link below or use code LIGHTSABERLIFE at checkout to receive a discount on your purchase. Theory, I'd love to meet you at a convention someday. Who knows, maybe my channel will get big enough where we can have some sort of collaboration and chit chat. Regardless, I want to say thank you again. Let's get to the good stuff here. Let's talk what I've got in my hand. I have the Annie 3 from Theory Sabers. We're gonna dive into all the details here. We'll do a light up. We'll talk about the sound fonts from Kyberphonic, which are crazy, and let's get into it. So right off the bat, I have to say the packaging for this is second to none. The presentation is off the charts. Here is the Theory Sabers premium collectible box. I mean, look at that. You've got Orabesh right there. Like, this is every Star Wars fan's dream. Fulfill your destiny. An elegant weapon for a civilized age. You know where that comes from. That's right in my intro. You've got the contrasting blue and red, and you've got peace, serenity, passion, and strength here. Seriously, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. They left no stone unturned here. Here we've got the light. Here we've got the dark side. I love this logo so much. Got the T for Theory, S for Sabers, the collector's box right there. Inside the box, you're gonna notice a few things. We've got some awesome Theory stickers. Fun fact, I used to play the drums in several bands that would go out and perform and record, and I would always put these kind of stickers on the drum cases. Not sure what I'm gonna do with these yet, but I'm sure I'll find a good home for them. And then most of your high-end lightsabers will come with a guide like this. Of course, you can go to the website and see these guides, but what I really appreciate about this, and I wanted to spend extra time on this and the box more than usual, is the artwork inside. Like, this is just a beautiful Star Wars lightsaber vibe. Like, they've totally nailed it. What's great is it really walks you through everything in here, so if you're kind of newer to high-end lightsabers like myself, you're gonna wanna look at this. It tells you everything that comes in the box. Don't wanna damage your blade, there's troubleshooting, the beautiful Annie 3 right there, and then a QR code so you can go right to their website and check things out for yourself. But I thought this was even more helpful than the average guide. And this lightsaber comes with a display stand, which looks like this when compiled, kind of your typical stand. And folks, two things I forgot to mention as we're going through here. First of all, despite my love and reverence for Theory Sabers and Star Wars Theory, I'm gonna give this thing a fair shake. There's one or two things on it that I think could be improved upon, but overall, I'm gonna give you my true honest opinion. So rest assured, there's no bias here. Second of all, LightsaberLife announced our official Patreon page. You can go to patreon.com/lightsaberlife and sign up for perks that are exclusive to the Patreon. I am so humbled and thankful that I'm even in a spot to do this early. There are 3 subscription tiers that you can choose from. However, there is a 4th tier that is a limited edition to the first 50 subscribers. That one's known as the Founding Grand Master. Basically, you get all the perks across all 3 tiers for a discounted price. That's my way of saying thank you for being one of the founders of Lightsaber Life. Once we hit 50, it's gone for good. Back to the review. You'll also notice a tool kit. Super awesome. This comes with extra T-grips. So in the event one of your T-grips comes off the hilt of the lightsaber, you've got some spares. The other thing to note is there is a display pommel. So this goes on the bottom when you're trying to just display your lightsaber on your desk. This is the screen accurate version of that. Right now on the lightsaber, you'll see there is a sound ventilated version of that. Then we've got 1 replacement screw. This lightsaber only takes 1 strong retention screw. And of course, an Allen wrench. We've got our USB-C charging cable, a slick looking Theory Sabers dog tag that goes on your stand. And seriously folks, the sickest blade plug I've ever seen. We'll light that up in a moment. I went with a 36-inch blade. Of course, you've got the screen accuracy right there. And here's your NeoPixel connector. And folks, it's almost time to unsheath this thing. I've watched so many Theory Sabers reviews over the years, I could have told you these contents without actually unboxing it, but one of my favorites is the bag. Got the Theory Saber logo on it. It also doubles as a cloth because, again, this thing's a fingerprint magnet. So this is gonna take care of that. I'm not ready. I have goosebumps right now. Are you kidding me? Legendary. Here we've got the lightsaber that started it all. The Anakin Skywalker from Revenge of the Sith. This thing is gorgeous. Take a closer look. Here's the pommel I mentioned. This has the sound ventilation and it is very loud. It comes through no problem thanks to this. Here we've got the T-grips, which are very common on the Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader lightsabers. We've got the control box right here. All of the colors are totally accurate on this. Got the textured grip right there. You'll notice the retention screw right here. This is so easy to plug and play. Some lightsabers just take forever, it feels like, to get ready if you want to go swing it around or mess with them. Now, this lightsaber recently went through an update where the buttons are up top. So this is actually the power button and this is the aux button. But we've got the ears up here and the emitter. Now here is where we get to the Proffie board. Absolutely stunning. This thing is sick. There you've got your battery, and thank goodness, this is so long overdue. Thank goodness this is here because it makes pulling the battery out so much easier. Got your speaker there. I'm gonna just kind of be gentle with it. There's the epic soundboard. We'll turn it on here for effect.
Is it in their nature to make us wait this long? Oh, don't worry. This hasn't been our day for warm welcomes. I have a bad feeling about this. Master, destroy us!
And then you want to make sure that these are the right way when you put them in. Otherwise, it could damage the soundboard. It's nice that this has a kill switch. because then you're not wasting battery when you're not using it. In terms of installing the blade, it's as easy as pushing this in and then making sure the screw is just tight enough so that it's snug. You don't want to damage it. I do recommend putting this on a flat surface just so you can push the weight down a little bit and then tightening it. I went with the 36-inch blade because I wanted this to be like a true replica for me if I was only gonna ever get one. Hopefully there's more in my future, but just in case. All right, folks, let's light this thing up and see some of the things it can do. It's so good. Look at the color on that, even with the light on. Unreal. Motion controls as well. I'm such a sucker for that. Not used to that 36-inch blade. Here's the aux I was telling you about. So you got blaster deflect. Lock up, which is epic. Note how that moves. So cool. And then if you hold the button here, based on the sound font you've got, you get a little extra. This plays exclusive tracks from Samuel Kim, which I won't play on here just because I don't want to have any copyright strikes. But Samuel Kim, I have a playlist on my phone. I listen to him all the time. His epic Star Wars music is truly awesome. So you got insane music from Samuel Kim. You've got Kyberphonic with some crazy, like well-detailed, clearly authentic sound fonts. And then you've got Star Wars Theory behind this, dude. It doesn't get any better. This is a lightsaber for fans by fans. When the lightsaber is off, we can cycle it around to get some other sound fonts. I have the Prequel sound font, which naturally makes sense with this specific lightsaber. This one you gotta hear, even though it's not Prequels. Hear the accent swings? Here's a little one. Here's a longer one. And then here is the after effect. You know what, let's turn off the lights.
He's no good to me dead.
This is the sound font I dreamed of. Look at this. Jango Fett in the Slave One.
You ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the White?
The color is so stunning. The profiles are next level. Like, they're off the charts. They either have the breathing or the pulsing, depending on who it is.
Misako Jaja Binks.
This is towards the end of Phantom Menace on Naboo when the Gungans are fighting the battle droids. Look, like, you don't get this anywhere else. Also, I think this confirms that Jar Jar was a Sith Lord. Just saying, I think it puts it to rest. Thank you, Theory.
Now this is pod racing.
Jedi, prepare for death.
The Magna Guards in Revenge of the Sith.
Finish him.
If you want to go back a sound font, you just angle it down and hit the button.
Now this is pod racing. Hey!
Anakin.
The Anakin Skywalker sound font. Look at that. It's gorgeous. This is one to show off to your friends.
Master Window! Count Dooku.
This one, follow the blade as it comes out. If we haven't already, can we call this the Tusken Slayer effect? We got the Youngling Slayer already.
At last we will have revenge.
I can mess with this thing all day, folks. I'm sorry. Folks, this thing is absolutely stunning. I'm gonna have a separate video where I chronicle every single sound font on here as well as the blade profile, so be on the lookout for that. This is a 10 out of 10. If there's one improvement, I would say, and I don't know that there's naturally a fix for this, so forgive my ignorance here if I'm wrong, but when the battery gets close to dying, or at least it needs a charge, I'll say, the sound effect starts to sound almost like the speaker is torn. I've taken a look through it. I don't see anything that's actually wrong, and every time I fully charge it and then mess with it, it sounds totally fine, even on louder volumes. Everything else is truly off the charts with it. I'm blown away. It's everything I dreamed that it would be. And again, I'm just so grateful to have it in my collection and soon on my wall. You all know also, I've talked about it several times, I wanted an Anakin Skywalker lightsaber that would turn red so I could basically pretend I'm Anakin in the Ahsoka show. It's just so epic. Totally blown away. Again, this is a 10 out of 10. Use that code LIGHTSABERLIFE at checkout and go get this one. And in the meantime, while you're perusing theorysabers.com for your next lightsaber, check out that video over there. It might not be a 10 out of 10 like this lightsaber, but I think you'll actually enjoy it. YouTube said it would be your next favorite video. This is where the fun begins.